Hello, Matt. It's nice to meet you. Before we dive into our work together, I want to take a few minutes to go over some important information. This is to ensure you feel fully informed about our work together and understand your rights and my responsibilities as a therapist. Please let me know if you have any questions at any point during this conversation. Great, thank you. Today we will cover policies, business policies, my scope of practice, confidentiality, and future sessions. As I go through these policies, please do not hesitate to ask questions if anything's confusing. We will create a plan based on your needs and set therapy goals in our future sessions. Does that sound okay? As you can see here, I have a copy of the service agreement and notice of policy. After we've covered the important information, I will get you a signed copy for your records. To begin, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I am a trainee therapist under Touro University Worldwide supervision and have completed the necessary coursework to work as a therapy intern. I have a degree in math, a master's in education, and over 20 years teaching experience in public education, middle school and high school. My therapeutic approach is patient-centered, and I have helped students and families with all sorts of challenges, such as changes within the family dynamic, behavioral issues in school and at home, peer relationships, helping individuals manage symptoms of anxiety, depression, and just other life transitions. I help families build structures at home, create agencies, routines, and rituals for just better all relationships and quality of life. How does that sound to you? Good. Therapy does have its benefits and its risks. Of course, I want your experience to primarily be positive. Still, it's essential to know that it is perfectly normal when different emotional feelings come up during a session or even after a session. Therapy does require us to talk about our feelings and our challenges, belief systems, and core values. The more you can share, the more I can effectively provide the best therapeutic approaches. In therapy, we expect clients to walk away with a sense of self-awareness, improve relationships and interpersonal skills, build resilience, coping strategies. Of course, these things take time, and your engagement and willingness to work on things outside of sessions will help the therapeutic process move forward. As your therapist, I will always value your time here with the understanding that you respect the therapeutic process. We will find ways together to progress, move forward, and celebrate those accomplishments together. It's your journey, and I'm here, and my job is to actively listen, engage in dialogue, and understand your experiences, your emotions, those memories. Therapy is collaborative. Your involvement is crucial, and I encourage you to be open about your goals for therapy and any feedback you might have as we move forward. Now, let's go over the details of our work together. First, our sessions will typically last 45 to 50 minutes, depending on your needs. We'll meet weekly unless we decide on a different schedule based on those needs. If you need to reschedule or cancel, I ask you call our office 24-48 hours. The number is at the top, and I have also provided my business card. I do recommend you put it into your contacts on your phone so it's convenient, and if anything comes up unexpectedly, as life will have it, you'll have the ability to contact us. If a patient is a no-show, a session fee will be charged for the missed appointment. After 2 no-shows, though, clients may be dropped from our services. And if you are running late, which it can happen, call the office. They will notify me immediately. Unfortunately, we will not be able to extend that particular session. Do you have any questions about scheduling at this time? We will never meet purposely outside of therapy setting because our relationship will be strictly therapeutic and professional. It is important to understand that going outside those boundaries can compromise our work together, making this difficult and sometimes confusing. Las Vegas is a small community, and if we were ever to run into each other or cross paths somewhere like a grocery store, or I see you're wearing your Golden Knights spirit gear, and we run into each other at a game, I will never approach you or acknowledge you in public, just to protect your privacy. But if you decide to wave, smile, say hi, I would simply acknowledge you back. Otherwise, I'll just keep going about my business. So moving on to our billing, I charge $110 per session. Payment is due at the time of service. Cash, credit card, insurance are accepted. The front desk should have reviewed the payment procedures with you, verified your insurance, and discussed your copay. Is that correct? Good. Do you have any further questions about that? Okay, if anything comes up, of course, you just let me know. So now I'm going to shift and discuss confidentiality and its limits. Everything you share in our session is confidential, meaning I won't share any of these discussions and details with others unless you give written consent. However, there are a few exceptions to this. I mentioned that I am a intern, so I may be discussing some things with my supervisor. Will that be okay with you? Okay. If you were to permit me to disclose personal information from your primary care doctor, this would allow your doctor to communicate with me directly. Another example may be if you wanted to bring a family member into a session. You would have to sign a confidentiality release so that I could, so the individual and I can talk together. If you are a danger to yourself or others, or if there's suspicion of child or elder abuse, I am required by law to report that to appropriate authorities as a mandated reporter. I also want to mention the concept of duty to protect. If I ever believe that you are at serious risk of harming yourself or someone else, I am legally and ethically obligated to take steps to protect you or others. This might include contacting emergency services or a support network. But I'll always do my best to discuss this with you beforehand whenever possible. Are you comfortable with this? Additionally, I may need to release information if a court subpoena is issued. Regulations set by Nevada State Board ensure your safety and the safety of people around you. Does that make sense? I'm glad. It's really important that you feel safe to share openly in our sessions. If at any point you have concerns or questions about confidentiality, please feel free to ask anytime. At this time, I'm going to ask you to sign and date that you have received informed consent. I'm excited to begin this process with you, and I'm here to support you however I can.